Good afternoon. My name is Katerina Odarchenko, and we together with the Institute for Democracy and Development and SIC Group make for you this series of lecture on and our analytical points, which based on Ukrainian benchmark research, pollsters' work, focus groups, and other analytical pieces. And before we talk a lot about inequality, we talk a lot about a new Ukrainian national idea. We talk a lot about perception of corruption, about understanding of new political forces and new political leaders in Ukraine after war. So we're trying to model also some forms of cooperation in society. But today we will talk about a very important social theme, and it's research about problem of Ukrainian kids. So it's not so fresh research. It's from winter 2023. But still, and it was published on rating group sociological sociological company. It was 2,000 respondents, and it was CATI method. So here they also publish a lot of information about like regional specific. Let's see what we have as a result, as perception of process about kids problem. I mean for Ukrainians. So obviously it's answer of adults, of people who are mothers of kids from 3-year-old till 17-year-old on all territory of Ukraine, but obviously posters don't work on occupied territory. So first question, where your kids now have education, and we see that 40% of mothers said that it's middle school, and 29% in middle school, and 40% in high school. Yeah, and also one more time, from 3 years old in Ukraine, you can go to like nursery, but 8% of people said that nowhere they kids, and 12% that it's in some nursery or daycare. In Ukraine, it's fine. So nursery usually have budget from municipalities, and school take budget also like it's government funded. Very interesting point that if we asking why your kids not go to school, 60% said that school or kindergarten, nursery don't work because of war, and 37% of respondents said that they don't want to put kids to school because of war. So one more time, it was in winter 2023. Some mothers said that they don't wanna push kids to school because kids have some mental health issues, and some people said that kids don't want to go, but as you see, it's total minority. So totally majority don't take kids to school because they afraid, physically for them. And it's very important. I show this presentation in my big lecture for Marshall University, but still I want to show you that if we're talking about form of education, 42% of people they on this period worked online with kids, so kids have education online, and 26 on that winter was at school, 29 was at school and online. But one more issue on this winter, it's was also a lot of missed days. So if we ask parents about missing some days at school, mostly majority said that yes, we miss several times a month, or 18% several times a week. And what's the main problem? So it was 39% wasn't warm at school, because in Ukraine winter it's pretty cold. Also air alarm 61% and 44 because kids have some health issues. So as you see, one more time, it's like war regime. So when it's air alarm, kids can't go to school. One more time, if we are talking about online education, how many people use notebook for education? 44% use, 56% not use notebook. So Wi-Fi have 83% of people, and mobile internet 51% of people. And also very interesting issues, and I show it in my previous lecture. So for me, it's tremendous better results that 74% of people who teaching online, they use smartphone for that. So it's or smartphone and notebook. So this is the result if we give several answers, and this is the result if we can give only one answer. So mostly majority use a smartphone for education, and as for me, it's also like give to us understanding what about quality of this perception and quality of this education. Why I show to you this like result, what technique kids use, and about air alarm, to give you like information that it's still a lot of gap for kids who wasn't in good education facility because of COVID before, and now they also rise up with online education. So obviously it's bigger problems now in region where it's closer to ceasefire, closer to border where Ukrainian army fights with Russian army, but still it's a lot of problems with perception, and a lot of problems with physically, opportunity to have a good education. And obviously, I guess that projects which support Western partners must analyze very deeply these results and give additional education opportunities for kids. If we are talking about perceptions of mothers about results and marks of their kids, they said that before war it mostly was very good or good. It's blue color, and like gray color, it's normal. So what we can see, of course, that mostly parents trying to understand that it's quite like normal, but anyway, result of this education is became worse, so it's decrease. No, you can understand with like mobile internet from mobile that it's still not work good for elementary school, obviously. Also, when you can remember my lecture about opportunities for women, and how we can talk about opportunities for women if in some regions kids can go to school. So women must work, and still our Ukrainian society understands that women have less opportunities, and even less opportunities in public policy. One more time, 14% of respondents changed their school because of war, if you're talking about winter 2023. if we thought about how kids like feel in school, mostly mother said that it's totally okay or quite okay. It's blue color on these statistics. We also have some problems with physical um, situation and health checks. So mother said that health became worse of the kids. So you can see here it's before war, first one, and here it's nowadays for the situation in winter 2023. And what is the result for kids? So we see that kids uh, now afraid of some loud any type of loud. So as you can see, it's red color. It's parents who said that kids afraid loud noises. Apatia and also other type. So it's very like aggression. It's also became more and also when kids not interested in anything which they was interested in before war, aggression also is a problem, and fear also is a problem, and also fear about future, also problem with nightmare. So it's still a very big problem for all Ukrainian society, and as you can see, mostly relatives still said that it's okay. So blue color said it's okay, but mostly kids said that, mostly parents said that, for example, about fearness of loud noises, it's still a lot. So it's 17% said that it's middle fear, 9% said that it's quite, big fear, and extremely fear 10%. So it's extremely high, and it's also question about mental health of our kids and some potential mental problems which can exist in society. Obviously, most this problem we can see in the occupied territories, but also in capital, in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. And one more issue. So it's question what your kids what experience was in life of your kids, so that they don't see relatives, 28%, and close people, 25%, that they must move to other region, bombing and ceasefire, 24%, and 17% it's habiting and being in not warm places. One more time, in Ukraine at winter, it's pretty cold. So sometimes it's like 10 of Fahrenheit, sometimes like 5 of Fahrenheit. So it's pretty cold. And if we're talking about where people move, so some people move and not come back. It's 18%, and some people moved and came back. So one more time, please think and look our analytical points about level of income, so we can understand that one more time. If we analyze that, it's like no possibilities that mostly if women have kids and men serve in army, women can move outside or in country, but still it's in regions which under ceasefire, lack of education. Of course, online education can be full time and can give the same result, which you see on dynamics of marks and result for schoolers as their mothers understand. That's why it's very important markers to create projects and to create also solutions of Ministry of Education in Ukraine. Interesting issue that 95% said that they don't ask any help a psychologist for their kids. So in Ukrainian culture and in a lot of Eastern European culture, we haven't culture and practice of working with psychotherapists. And that's why, you know, so totally majority think that it's not needed, but obviously it's needed. We saw this statistic. I'm sorry. That's why this result can be very useful for people in organization in the United States who do analytical work on that, and also who do charity projects with Ukrainian families. Also, 22% of mothers said that kids don't need medical help. One more time. So do plan checkups. Almost not possible now, even if we talk about like villages and so on and so forth. So that's why I think one more time it's question of culture, and that if I think that people, it will be interesting to see focus groups about that, but I guess that mostly people said that this help not need because it's not totally injury, yeah. So but checkups obviously not proceed in this period. Mostly parents who think that they need doctor, 22% of people who need get this help. Obviously, so it's quite good result for our system. But one more time, we not mean the standard checkups like in Western countries. It's very important to understand. And one more time, it's the same issue which we see on other research. Mothers still quite optimistic in Ukrainian victory, so 71% very optimistic, and sure that Ukraine will defeat Russia, and 23% pretty optimistic about that. And what people use as families. So 40% get products, 38% get financial help, and 17% have like clothes and other humanitarian help, for example, some hygienical issues. So it's all for today, and thank you so much. Please pay more attention to problems of Ukrainian kids, and I hope that the statistics and polls was really useful for you and will help you to do right decision and to create right project. My name is Katerina Odarchenko, and we together with Institute for Democracy and Development and SIG Group do this analytics for you. So if you can support our work, please donate to our Ukrainian nonprofit or nonprofit in the United States, or cooperate with us on other analytical issues. Thank you.